Hi everyone, welcome back to another live. um, we're gonna do an updated version of our very first episode that we ever
Yeah,
did.
and I've been studying by re-listening to that episode because we didn't have video of that. And I want to fucking kill myself now. I am. Ooh, I am so nervous. I want to shoot myself in the head right now. I was so nervous in that episode. Ooh, such a little cutie. What a little bitch I was.
Yeah,
Um,
so if
there are so many. I swear so little in that episode. I
yeah,
think I say cunt like once.
yeah,
I'm in the best. I'm on my best behavior, and I'm going to say I was fucking blistered out of my mind in that episode. You can hear that my nose is stuffed. If you ever listen to that episode, that's because I am high as shit. Otherwise, I would not be able to do it. I had never done anything like this before. So.
so we're gonna revisit that by doing obviously, like I say, an updated version. Um,
Yeah.
if be be aware that you might not like it. Oh well, that's not our problem.
Yeah, never is.
So no, so yeah, we're gonna take it wherever we go with it. You're just gonna have to bear with us, because
Yeah,
we're not gonna because we're not the
like we've
type
been
of
doing.
people. Yeah, because we're not the type of people to come prepared with notes. That's just not how we are.
I did it. I did that to one episode. I did that to. No, I did it. I've done it two. One was the. I think it's the fifth episode we ever did. The one with I think we were talking about labels in that episode.
Yeah,
I actually did bring notes, but I was having such a high fever that the notes were fucking nonsense. And to the debate with, the discussion with Mary,
oh
I
yeah,
um, I actually had notes because I had actually done some
yeah,
fucking work. I don't
yeah,
know if this is reflected or something. If it looks like I'm wearing a engagement ring, that's not what I'm doing. This is on my right hand. This is my left hand. I don't know if this may reflect or anything. I don't have anything new to say. I am not getting married anytime soon.
no. Um, yeah.
Unless somebody
So
wants to come in bed and wed me. Just offer me a shit ton. If you're rich, if anyone out there is rich and listens to this, I'm not a gold digger. Just this massive gold digging whore is what I'm like. I might kill you. I don't care if you're old. Like, you can be 90. The sooner you die, the better. Just marry me and give me all your money. And I may or may not poison you.
well, yeah.
That is my that's my bid for marriage.
Yeah. um, yeah. So yeah, feel free to do that if you wish. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah. As I say, we don't know where this is gonna go. Pretty much like
Yeah. Yeah.
the first time we did this, we had no idea where we were gonna go. We were just basically spitballing. So we're gonna do the same now. Do the same
Yeah.
this time.
I mean,
Um,
that's what I
Pretty
do
much what
best
we do
anyway.
anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I get worse the more I'm prepared to just have a conversation because I focus on things. Like the one thing that I think that I really serious fuck up in the debate, the discussion. It's not a debate. It wasn't a debate. It was a discussion. One of the things that I think that I severely fuck up in the discussion with Mary is the one thing that I had like most prepared for because I just drop it in at some point where it didn't fucking make sense. So that's I'm just going to share this to make sure that people know where to see it. Come on, come join us. Come join me talking about my experiences with HRT because now I have those.
Obviously,
also, Distillers represent right now. Still one of the best bands. I've loved them since forever. It's a punk band with Brody Dale or Brody Armstrong, depending on Dolly. I don't know how her name is pronounced. I should have checked that. Anyway, you want to go? That sounded like I'm threatening you. You want to go?
Yeah, I'll kick us off.
Yeah.
So,
I'm gonna have to go to smoke. I can't hear you, but I can't. So I will be in here, but I'm going to.
Yeah, that's fine.
What am I doing? What the fuck? Go light up. I'm gonna go smoke some heroin right now. So all you fuckers can have fun about the drug thing.
Yeah.
Goddamn cunts.
As this is a repeat of our very first episode, background and experiences, I shall start. So, I can kind of remember where I left off in that first episode, or I could have just had a quick look, but you'll never know that. So let's start with experiences. In the sexual variety, which this might come as a bit of a surprise for Max, but we will get her reaction when she comes back. But I've experimented, so I've experimented with obviously women, and I've also experimented with men. I'm neither gay nor bi. I'm straight, but I'm comfortable enough in my sexuality because I've never said this before, but I'm comfortable in my skin enough to say that I have experimented with men as well as women, right? And believe it or not, and this is a fact, and you can look this up. There are straight men out there who are not gay who have experimented.
Yeah, loads of them. As a person who fucked my way through so many friend groups, I know I have had so many straight guys have fucked me.
Yeah.
I was that one.
Yeah. And for some reason, this is not me outing them, because it's just I'm just stating a fact, and Max has just confirmed it, right? But for some reason, these men, for some unknown reason, they get so adamant that in order for them to experiment with the same sex, they have to be gay. Not true. So whenever I've heard this argument say, "Oh, if a man experiments, they must be gay," no. Do you think that when a woman experiments with a woman and that woman is literally straight, she is into men only, do you say, "Oh, that woman's a lesbian"? No.
No, that just means she's in college.
Yeah. I mean, shit happens, right?
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
so yeah,
sexuality is
I
weird.
have, yeah. So yes, I have experimented, and no, for clarification, that does not mean I'm gay or bi. But so there you go. And I've obviously done other stuff that's fairly typical of a teenager. You know, um,
I was. I'm not.
you know,
I'm not gonna get
I've
too.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
what have I done? Oh yeah, I've done speed. I think I
Aw,
mentioned that
I miss.
once
I
before.
miss. I miss
Uh,
speed so fucking much. I miss speed so much.
um,
I'm not an addict.
yeah. So yeah, I've done speed. Like, okay. Um, I've what else have I done? Actually, then again, I better not give everything away because then it raises a fun in that. Um,
Gotta keep some.
yeah. Suffice to say that obviously, I've experimented like we all have. It's
Yeah.
only those people who say they haven't when they really have are the ones you should really look out for. But yeah, that's me. Um, in terms of my background, I think I've pretty much said it all in our first one. But
Yeah. Well,
um, I I mean, I have gay family members. I was brought up amongst very independent, highly strong women, um, who brought me up. So you could say from that standpoint that I was brought up in a very feminist household, which I was, very feminist. So that's probably why I have such a strong feminist outlook. I'm very pro women, pro
yeah.
equality on all sides. I mean, I mean, you don't have to necessarily be a feminist to believe that, but that's core. But that's at the core of my upbringing. And
No.
so, um, yeah, I went to my first gay pub when I was probably, I think I was around 14, 15. We didn't know it was a gay pub until the landlord told us. But we were welcome. Um, yeah, I've been to nightclubs that were gay friendly. You know,
Yeah.
so I mean,
Good.
gay. I mean, experiences can encompass a whole host of things, right? I mean, it doesn't
Yeah.
necessarily revolve around me and my experiences because, again, I weren't doing the majority of the stuff, obviously, because I was like 14 at the time. But I've experienced a lot. I've been around certain people, you know, certain people who were doing drugs, certain people who were, you know, very pro, very pro kink stuff, you know,
Yeah.
very pro BDSM sort of stuff. You know.
That's me.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not. I mean, you know, you know, it's like it's called life.
Yeah, that's
You know, so that's that on that issue. Obviously, we could go really in. I mean, obviously, we could really go really in depth, but
that's where I'm.
I mean, if we really went in depth into our background and experiences,
Then we can't
there'll be
farm this
nothing.
for content for years to come.
Yeah, there'll be nothing left. And obviously, we
No.
want to make, and obviously, we want to do other episodes, not focus,
Yeah.
not solely on this, but we want to do other episodes where we can tap into some of our experiences. Because if we just give it away, then what's the fucking point?
I mean, I have.
There'll be no
I've
point.
no. And like, oh, fucking hell. I have. Over the years, like we've done this with. I say I'm 31 at some point in the first episode. So we've been doing it because I'm 33 now. I'm turning 34. So we're into our third year here.
Mm-hmm.
And over the years, I've shared a lot. Some would say I have overshared. To those people, I say fuck you.
Yeah.
I never overshare. I only undershare. Oh, if you ever see me going, this is why I haven't been on camera for a while, because I can't stop. Like it fucking hurts, and we'll be getting to why in a while. When I will be talking about what the fuck is going on with me. But if we're like, okay, if we're talking sexuality, my sexuality is, and I've said this before, I'm a fucking whore. I'm a fucking not as in I get paid for it. Like I'm a slut, and I've always been. That's always been what I look at myself as. When I was around 12 or 13, I made a list of what do I want my life to be. It had 3 points on it. The 3 points were I want to fuck as many people as possible. I'm somewhere around 300 now, so worked on that one. My body count is in the triple digits. Way like I'm closer. I'm further into the triple digits than there are. Like I'm past 100 into the triple digits, so I'm happy with that. I wanted to do as many drugs as I could possibly do. This was 13-year-old Max is going, what do I want out of my life? Having read far too many Bret Easton Ellis books at that age. I wanted to do as many drugs as I could possibly do in my life. And, well, apart from the last few months, because drugs aren't cheap. Well, some drugs are cheap, but, like, I'm not going to sit here and buy drugs when I'm fucking struggle to get food. It's been a rough couple of months because I've talked about why, but and I wanted to do that, and I have done that. I've been recreationally doing drugs for more than I have not out of my life. I can say I've been I was in my teens when I started, and now I'm way out of my teens. Do not recommend that you do drugs in your teenage years. I am lucky. I am a lucky bitch. I started smoking when I was 12 or 13 years old, and I smoke like now I smoke a pack a day, basically. And the fact that cigarettes is the only thing that I have gotten addicted to, I'm lucky with that. I might have had a little bit of functioning alcoholic a while back, but I don't drink anymore. So because I don't do stuff that are bad for me. But also after I had a stroke, I don't like being drunk anymore. I don't like that. I wanted to live my life according to completely to my own rules, and I do all those things. So I'm very happy. I am in general, in essence, I think I have lived my life the way that I should live. I've also, I've had a well-paying job, and I've had many good relationships, many good friends, all of that stuff. But like when it comes to, if we're talking like sexual experience, I have a lot. I once. Sorry, I need to think for a bit. No, nobody can know who I'm talking about. So I once fucked a guy at his bachelor party on a basketball court outside in the middle of the night. So he was straight. His becoming wife didn't know about that one. Like I've done a lot of things. I have a lot of experiences. Because I don't want to, like, when this is a fucking cliche, yeah, I know, but like when I die, I don't want to sit there and like wonder what would this have been like, what would that have been like. So I've done, if I've wanted to do something, I have done it basically. I have a very shaky, like, I don't know if it's like, because of my fucking computer screen died a few months back, so I have to have it on a separate monitor, which is why I don't know where to focus, if I'm going to look at the camera or if I'm going to look at myself. When it comes to like the homosexual, like, yeah, most the homosexual experience, I have, out of everyone that I've ever fucked, about 10 or so % of them have been guys. Don't know what that says. That's actually not for the that's not for the reason that I don't like fucking guys. I'm not a big fan of dudes in general. I don't I don't love hanging out with them. I don't get them. And a lot of, throughout my life, a lot of the times where I have fucked a lot of people have been like, I've fucked my way through several friend groups, basically. Like, I've been that friend who people sleep with in the friend group. I've been the third wheel in a lot of I've had several couples where I have been the one that both of them have cheated on each other with. Is that a good thing for me? Like, is that something that says something good about me as a person? No, definitely not. Is it something that I think is kind of like funny? Yeah, absolutely. I think it's hysterical that I'm the person that both partners in a relationship have chosen, like, oh, I'm going to fuck that person, I'm going to cheat with that, and then that I've been like the sort of mediator. But like, I realized that I was bisexual when I was like 14, maybe. I know that I watched Fight Club, both. Like, my bisexual awakening wasn't The Mummy, it was Fight Club, because that fucking trio, like Helena Bonham Carter, Brad Pitt, and Edward Norton, and I like in that film, picture perfect. They are perfect to me. Still awakens stuff in me when I watch it. But yeah, I really like, that's when I said, yeah, I like both guys and girls as a sexual, but it's not something that I actively think or care about. Like sexuality is very important to me. I am a very sexual person. I am deeply sexual person, but what my sexuality is has never been very important. It has been, I want to have sex and I want to have fun, and I think that sex is fun. If sex isn't fun for you, you fucking doing it wrong, because it is the best. I see people like fucking Twitter doing the whole like, oh, but sex is overrated. No, it fucking isn't. You're just bad at it. Or I don't know, or you're an asexual, and that's completely fine. I just don't want to, hang out with you, because then I can fuck you. It would be weird, but I don't mind asexual people. I just wouldn't trust them around my pets. I was about to say, and that sounds weird. What do I think asexual people do with pets? I don't know. My point is that throughout this, if we're going to like experiences in the gay community and stuff, my experiences in the gay community is slim to none. I don't feel like I belong to any community. I don't feel like I belong to even like after 2 years of doing this show. I still don't feel like I belong to gay community. I still don't feel like I belong to trans community. I happen to be, and I am a trans woman. That word still makes me want to fucking vomit. I don't know why. Just calling myself makes me feel old. And this isn't just a women thing. I think calling people man makes them seem old to me as well. This is a childishness thing. Yeah. So that's, I don't know. I've always been experimental, I suppose. I know that my sexuality isn't static. I know that it's fluid and that it changes all around. And that is perverse as fuck. Like people wish they knew what was going on. I'm not going to go into detail because this isn't going to be just like me sitting here and talking about how I got my piss kink. But I've, like, if I can get a good story out of something, I've always chosen to do it rather than not do it. And that's how I have most of my experiences, regardless of if it's sexual experiences or any type of experiences. Now, I never felt any type of shame about my sexuality. About my gender identity, however, I don't know if I felt shame, but I didn't want to deal with it for the longest time. And I said that in I said that in the first episode as well, that I knew when I was like 3 years old, and I've said that in several episodes. I've known since I was 3 years old that I am not a boy. I knew then, and that I am not a man today, regardless of how I sound, regardless of how I've been raised. I was raised by a mom and a very effeminate dad who then drank himself to death. So I don't know. Maybe that has something to do with it. But like, regardless of anything, I've always known that about me. My first two memories are me biting the tip of my tongue off, and then the second memory is me realizing that I'm a girl. And I've known that. I knew that for 27 years before doing anything about it. And the reason that I did something about it was because I had a fucking stroke. And I realized that, I can actually, I can die. And I wouldn't have, tried to actually be honest about this. And there was loads of things that were holding me back. And like, there are still loads of things that are holding me back about it. Like, there is a reason that I started hormones last year. Like, I'm a few months in. That's why I'm sitting like this, by the way, because I've started growing tits. Which which is amazing, but it hurts. Like fuck, it feels like somebody constantly punches your chest. It doesn't feel like somebody constantly, but like yeah, it hurts. I'm still flat as a fucking board, but I have had to start using training bras like I'm a fucking 12-year-old. Because I kind of like it looks weird when I'm just wearing a t-shirt nowadays. If I don't have anything on. But the reason that took me so long was because I knew that I didn't want to deal with that fucking bullshit. And that almost killed me. So, like, when it comes to my sexuality, never had any shame about that. Don't have any shame about it still. When it comes to my drug use, no shame. When it comes to my gender, yeah, I have had to wrestle with that. That has been the part that was the worst for me. But that I also know why. And the reason why is kind of fucked. And I will admit that. Like, what I'm going to say now is like basically what I'm going to say is just internalized transphobia. That's basically that's the new theme here. Max is internalized transphobia, because I want to be perfect, and that is a fucked up thing to want. Like how can you be perfect? But I don't view perfection as without any flaws. I view perfection as complete and whole. Like everything is unified. I view perfection as me being unified unit. I want to be able, I think I've said this before, I want you to be able to know what my opinions of like the economic situation in Belarus is based on whether I like cornflakes or not. That's how unified I want to be as a fucking person. That's my goal. I want to be inherently consistent. But there is something about me that will never be inherently consistent. And that is the fact that I'm trans. Because being a trans, it breaks it. It is an imperfection in me. It is something that I need to do in order to like be. And I will, no matter how hard I try, no matter what I do, I will never be cis. And I know that. And that kind of sucks for me. If there was a pill that could make me cis, I would take it. If there was a pill I could take to not be trans, I would do that too, honestly. Would I rather be a guy than would it be like a trans woman? Yeah. And that comes from internalized transphobia. That comes from me having very fucked up ideas about gender and sex, about what perfection actually is. And it's not healthy and it's not good, but it is how my brain functions. And I don't think there's anything wrong with being trans. I don't think there's anything bad about it. But for my entire life, that has been something that I've had to ignore, because it is something that has made me, in my own mind, seem broken. Like I when I was a kid, I prayed. I've never believed in God. I stopped believing in God before I stopped believing in Santa Claus. But I still prayed to any God I could, like, I knew about. To any God that they told me about. That I would wake up the next morning and be not broken. And that was the actual thing that I wanted. I wanted to be not broken. I wanted to be not imperfect. So yeah, that for 30 years I managed to, like, I was a transvestite. I was a, what they would now call a femboy, but I refused that. I was a transvestite. That was the label that I took. I was a cool indie boy. I've posted pictures of me before transitioning. I was such a cutie. But I did the black nail polish and like the suit and like slim fit everything, and I looked beautiful and I had makeup still, and like, but I didn't, I lived a lie, and that nearly killed me. And after that point, I kind of had to realize that, fuck it, I'll have to be what I deem as imperfect then. And yeah, there is no good way to say that. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like it doesn't sound fucked up when I say it. I'm not going to sit here and say that, like, oh yeah, it's completely unproblematic that I view being trans as being imperfect. But that's what I've been like wrestling with when it comes to that. So that is my main experience of it. I would shit it in a heartbeat if I could. I don't think. But that doesn't mean that life is bad. Like, life has become better after I came out. I've lost friends over it. And like, it has been hard. But all of this, it is still better. Like, I am happier on a level. And I will say that, like, starting HRT, best decision I've ever made in my fucking life. My depression is way easier to handle. Yeah, I cry at everything now because I'm full of estrogen. Like, literally, no. You don't get it. I'm rewatching the Scream movies right now. I started fucking bawling my eyes out at Scream. I don't know why. There was something that just hit me. It's a powerful movie, okay? I've been watching so much Dimension 20. I just cry all the time. And I'm going to talk a little bit more later about, like, what happens? What is it really? Like, what is the experiences? Because I am going to start. We're definitely going to do a little HRT journey of Max here in the coming episodes, because I am. I think I started in October, so I'm a few months into it, and there have been some interesting changes, and I will have to go into weird and very, very near clinical detail about it. So just a warning for that later in this episode. But yeah, that's, I don't know, that's my experiences of being trans. And like, this is fun thing. I know that I'm getting good at this, but here's the fun part. When you are starting out, like with the makeup and stuff, like, I'm just trying, I'm wearing this dress, oh, it looks so good, yay, I'm so happy. When you're just starting that, fuck, cis women will be so supportive of you. When you get good at it, when you actually get good at, like, dressing yourself and stuff, all support just drops. There's no longer that, oh, queen, I love you. Instead, they become like normal people. They talk to you like a normal fucking person, and that's fun. The best thing out of any given day is the reaction to the people I buy cigarettes from. If I buy cigarettes from someone and I just walk in and then I say a pack of cigarettes. I was going to say the brand, but you wouldn't. It's a Swedish specific brand called John Silver. Yeah, a pack of cigarettes, and then they will always. When I'm just done up and stuff, but just like in general. So that's my experience before, like, I really got into it. I would say that one thing, my dysphoria has gotten better since I started transitioning. But, and this is a genuine warning to anyone out there. I'm not saying this is a warning because I want you to not transition, but there is, like, right when I started it, and no one told this to me. No one warned me about this. But right when I started, like, dressing, like, coming out as Max. And it's still funny because a girl's name in Sweden at all. It's not a unisex name in Sweden. It's barely a fucking unisex name in English. I've just always liked a girl's name. But what happened to me when I started coming out as Max and when I started like telling people, yeah, I'm trans and stuff like that, there is a window there where my dysphoria just was horrible. Because what I saw, all that I saw was all the signs of me being a guy. And that will get better. It will get better. You will get better at doing makeup. You will get better at like not looking at those specific parts of it. But there is a window where after you've come out, there is a risk that your dysphoria might like really fuck with your head. So please have a good support system. And it does get better. It does get easier. What happens is that, at least this is what I know happened to me. I had come out. And like being gay and coming out, that's a big deal, right? Like I think that's a big deal. I never really did it. I just started fucking, dude. But like being gay and coming out, that's a big deal. But it's done. It's one and done. You come out, ta-da! Being trans and coming out, that's the first step in a process that will take years. I came out right before I turned 30. And like I'm getting on HRT now. I'm doing all the things. My hair is way better. My skin is softer. I've completely stopped producing semen. Fun fact about going on HRT. You will come like a motherfucker. Like I never had a problem not screaming before. Genuinely have a problem not making sounds now. It is like an orgasm times 10. So like that's a fun one. But if you believe that you're going to do a bunch of cum shots, no, you're not, because like you will come dryly. Or you will come a very like basically water. I'm starting to realize the reason that half of all like the reason that 90% of every trans woman has a piss kink is probably because they can't differentiate between the piss and the cum. Did I just say that 90% of all trans women have a piss kink? Yeah, and I stand by it. And if you don't think you have one, then you're lying to yourself, sweetheart. Not you specifically, you're not a trans woman. This is only for trans women. But I'm getting to the point now that I can look in a mirror and you most often don't see a dude. But some days I do see a dudeish girl. And that's just, you know, it is work and it does take time. And like I said, you know, but it gets better. But I don't want to sell this idea that you come out and everything's fine. Because you come out and then you have a bunch of work ahead of you. And you can choose not to do that work if it doesn't bother you. Fine, do it. I personally can't. So it's been like, I know why I didn't come out for a while. Because I knew there was a lot of work. Do I wish I had come out sooner? Yeah, I do. But life is what it is. And I've been just rambling for like 20 minutes now, so.
No, you're fine. I mean, everything you just said is, you know, again, that's your experience. You know, that's what you've been through. And, you know, that's what this revisiting is all about. And it's like, you know, my situation, again, to stress, just in case, you know, people are confused, I am not trans. You know, that is turf law at its finest. But, you know, since they want to pay me that compliment, I'll take it as a compliment. But anyway, like taking, obviously, from my experience, obviously, you know, I have it in my I've stated it in my bio. You know, for those of you who care, who aren't dicks, right, who understand, you know, will obviously knows that I'm a child abuse survivor, right? So, growing up, you know, for everything that you just explained, for your experience, mirror, I can see myself within that, but obviously taking away the transness part, you know. And again, like with you, like obviously you want to like further in the episodes, you want to obviously talk about HRT. I also want to discuss and talk about body dysmorphia in later episodes as well. Well, and that plays into why I I have tattoos, tattoos on my face. You know, all of this plays a part. It plays a part. So I'll get to that at a later date. But I myself, when what happened to me, I was like, why did this happen to me? I spent all of these years thinking to myself in my head, why did this happen to me? Why was I a victim? I wasn't the only victim of it in my household. Well, I'm just gonna keep the other people private, separate, right? Because this is just about me. I wasn't the only one that was a victim to child abuse or abuse in general. But why was I the victim? Why me? Why this little, you know, kid? That's none the wiser. There's being a child. Why me? And I've had to wrestle with that. Yes, I've gone to therapy, right? And I do my own version of self therapy. But to your point, why me? And it's something that I struggle with still. I have to contend with on a daily basis. And it further enrages me when I see people in positions of power abuse children. It enrages me, and it's like, why me? Why them? And it's to a point. Like I want to like beat my chest. I want to save all these children, but I can't because I'm one human. So I do what I can. I raise awareness. I speak about my childhood. You speak about your experiences. We can only speak from our experience. Well, so when you went on that 20-minute thing where you talking about your experiences, that's what I was thinking. Why me? And it's like,
yeah,
and it's not that we want to re-traumatize ourselves or say, we're just going to continue to play the victim. It's not about playing victim.
no.
It's about recognizing where it stems from. So,
And like,
yeah.
Yeah,
further on, we're getting to body dysmorphia, HRT, and we will go through as much detail as we can. And so, yeah.
And you will get to see my tits grow live. Well, one time a week, I suppose.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. That was actually the first change that I noticed. That it started like growing, and it became very, very sore in like a week. And like, fuck, this hurt. I think I said it like the week after I had started. I think we had a show, and I think I said like, "Growing, this fucking hurt." But yeah, like that. And to your point, like, why me? I haven't been. I don't know. I have my, trauma to deal with from childhood. But like, I haven't been outright abused, I don't think, and stuff like that. But like, when it comes to the whole why me, yeah, I thought that about, like, why couldn't you have just made me a fucking boy then? Or why couldn't you have just made me a cis girl? And that's me screaming to the universe, not to, because like I said, I don't believe in God.
No, and it's
But I've
like,
also been, I will
yeah.
say though, I've also been extremely lucky when it comes to because I look at old pictures of me, and I've never been able to grow a beard. Like, so I've never been like, because there are so many, it's so cute whenever I see, it's so cute. I'm just going to infantilize the fuck out of all trans women. But it's so sweet and cute whenever I see like a trans woman post pictures of the before times and the now. And when we see them presenting as a man, it's the bushiest fucking beard. Like, yes, of course. But I've never been able to be that because I've never been able to grow a beard. I've had a testosterone deficiency my entire life. Which is why I'm the only person in my family that is like born, or is it, assigned male at birth, blah blah blah, who still has hair, and I have a trans brother, and he's starting to lose hair now. He's been on TV for a few years. He's starting to lose his hair now, and it's like, yes, I fucking win. I will be the only motherfucker who will still have hair in this fucking family. Not that I care about that. I care about it. I was like standing with a. Oh god, I have a very high, like my hair is high up on my head and stuff. Like, my hairline is. I don't have a receding hairline, but in the edges, it sometimes can look like I have a receding hairline because I have very thin hair, and that's just because, like, I don't eat white vitamins. And I have very high up here, not in the middle, but like high. So it's like one of the. If I shaved my head, I have a fucking widow's peak. Is what they are called, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would measure. That's how I know that it wasn't receding, because I would fucking measure when I was younger the depth of it. So like, I would stand with a little tape measure and okay, it's still okay. That's how scared I was, and I would like start crying when I realized that I was entering puberty because I didn't want to grow a beard, and I didn't want to look like my brother, which I don't. But when as a kid, looked very much like him, but that was because he had very long hair when he was young. My Jesus Christ, is this back of my fucking head? Is that how I look? But in general, I've been lucky because I've looked extremely hot throughout the years. So I can look at old pictures of me and not feel like, oh, poor thing, she was just doing the best out of it. But that said, like, it's still, I wish I would have started earlier.
Yeah. At some point.
Yeah, there was that why me about it, but I was also very like, okay, why me? But thank fuck you made me hot. It was like, why me? But thank you for me. Still.
Yeah.
But that's why I also know that like dysphoria isn't like being trans isn't something, because I tried to opt out of it. I tried to opt out of it. I didn't tell anyone for 27 fucking years. And I tried to opt out of it, and I couldn't. And I was happy with how I looked. I was happy with who I was. It just wasn't me.
Yeah. It's like eventually, gradually, I mean, it might have been like this was like obviously years past. I was probably in my teenage years at this point. At some point, I got to a stage where I was thankful that he did that to me, in the sense of I'm thankful that because what he did to me, and when I say he, I'm referring to my, sperm donor of a father, because that's all he was. What he did to me, he had done to him. So all he did was just repeat the cycle.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm thankful, because it made me realize that I would never do what he did to me to anyone. That's why.
That's the way to handle it.
Yeah, that's why, like it's not the only reason why I stay single. I stay single because I prefer my own company, and I don't need the hassle. But it's like, and it also ties into this myth that that everyone who goes through child abuse goes on to, and that's not the case. But the reason why I chose to not do that is because, one, I'm not a dickhead. Two, I don't want any other kid to go through what I did. So yeah, I eventually came to that realization. So that's why. And it's like, but you're right. It's like, it's not like a why me as in like, oh, the victim. It's like you just said, like, thank God.
Yeah.
It's like, but to other people, they may still play that victim card. Like, why me? It's like, well,
yeah,
like, you can see.
A victim is just it's not a state of mind. It's just a simple fact. Like I had to deal with this. 2 years ago, like summer 2000. I'm going to just drop this, and then I'm going to go out and smoke quickly. But like a few years, I think it was like a year and 6 months ago or something. Summer 2024. Fucking hell, Netflix keeps sending me fucking spam. Jesus Christ. But like, I was sexually assaulted though. I don't know if you remember that, but like that happened. Not something that like it's not something that it did stick with me, but I processed it well. So now I'm okay. It's not, and it's like it was fairly tame and stuff like that. But what I realized then is like, you're either a victim or you're not. And in that case, yeah, it was victimized. I was made into a victim. to like then, but that's just, I was in that instance, yes, and that's just the fact of the matter.
Yeah.
However,
I
don't have to like.
I just want to say this right now that, and this is to anyone who watches this, right? If you have ever experienced a sexual assault or any type or form of abuse, if you ever, when you are a year, 2 years, 3 years removed, and you're in a comfortable place and space to talk about it, when you do talk about it, if you ever have someone say to you, like, stop playing the victim, just turn around to them and say, "Shut the fuck up."
Stab them right in the
This
lungs.
is, yeah, this is my experience. I get to talk about it. You don't get to tell me to not to.
Yeah, like stop playing them. It's not
Yeah.
playing the victim. You were a victim in that instance.
Yeah,
Or like if you prefer the term survivor, I get that.
yeah,
I personally don't, because I don't like. To me, it wasn't me surviving something. It was me being victimized, and that was what I had to like deal with. I'm specific about my language. You don't have to agree with me on that one. I won't
yeah,
sit here and say that you are a victim if you don't want it to be called one. I personally prefer to be in that case. However, it's not playing the victim. It's saying someone did something to me.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Like
And it's like,
what I would say actually is playing the victim is some like doing what fucking that pissed off lawyer is doing right now, for example. Everything needs to be someone else's fault.
oh yeah,
Because she
yeah,
can't take any accountability for her fucking actions. Sorry, I made a mistake. Oh god, we're still. Her and I are still mutuals for some reason on Twitter, and I just keep seeing her shit pop up, and it breaks my brain. And I've been in happier news. I've been more active on Twitter as of late. I've been mainly in Gemma's comment section and just fighting.
yeah.
I don't know. Have you? That fucking cunt Sophie Asimov needs to be fucking punched in the mouth. And now this live just goes down because I said that. No, I'm sorry. If she ever stumbles on, shut the fuck up, you dumb bitch. I don't know if you know who this person is.
No, you might have to send me a DM.
So Sophie Asimov, I think is the name. I think her fucking account got deleted today, because she uploaded like male and female teeth. She's a trans woman who can't shut the fuck up about her dysphoria in the dumbest way possible, and she's like looking for dysphoria fuel, and she's like sending stats to people. So I finally had enough, because I see her fucking tweets constantly in my For You feed for some reason, and I just had enough. So what I said was, and when she uploaded those fucking teeth, because she literally, there was a picture of one set of teeth, and then there was a picture of another set of teeth, and then one was labeled masculine and one was labeled feminine, and then she said that here's some new fresh dysphoria fuel drop. So I just went in and commented with, just shut the fuck up, why don't you? The problem isn't that you have male coded teeth, the problem is that you're a miserable fucking cunt. And this is like, I'm sorry, I completely understand how horrible dysphoria can be, but I like, stop being a miserable bitch. Just grow the fuck up. And so like that's what has gotten me mad today. I'm thinking of doing a new because you know how every now and then I start fighting a bunch of people. Like, we're technically on the same side, but now I'm going to punch you instead, because just to prove that I'm not on a side. And how like, for example, when I decided to drag the entirety of autism Twitter a few years back. I'm thinking of doing that against trans women, because some of you bitches need to fucking learn.
Oh, talking about I'm glad you reminded me. I'm glad you brought up the autism thing, because a few days ago I had this account.
I'm so terrified about where this is going right now.
But because I was in a thread, and I was like telling this dumb fuck that gender and sex are different, and trans women and women, right? The usual. And so this person chimed in, And the mistake this person made was that he had his Twitch channel linked in his Twitter account.
Yeah.
So I clicked on his Twitch channel and I found out that his name and
Yeah.
that he was autistic.
Yeah.
And so I called him by name and I said, I understand that you're autistic, so you might not
Yeah.
understand, but sex and gender are different. And he was
Yeah.
like, I don't know how you got to know my name and my autism. And I was like, well, maybe you don't have your Twitch account linked to your Twitter.
Yeah.
And then they ended up saying, you either you agree humans can't change sex, or you can shut the fuck up. And that's all he said. And that's all he said. Like tweet after
Okay.
tweet. That's all he said.
Yeah.
He ended up blocking me anyway. But it's like I was being kind. I was being respectful because he was autistic. Because my friend's autistic. So I was being kind.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm being respectful. Right, but then my respect, then I lost it, and I would start leaning into him. But it's like,
Yeah, which is completely reasonable. But like, also, this is okay. Fuck it. I'll jump into this. There is this weird idea that we cannot view disabilities as disabilities. As a person who is autistic, it is a fucking disability, and one of it is that like communication doesn't always go all the way down, and certain concepts are weird to understand. Now, a lot of autistic people have an easier way of understanding the whole gender-sex divide. That's actually why a lot of autistic people are trans, and vice versa. A lot of trans people are autistic. It is already the social norms doesn't really apply. Blah 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 blah. But there is absolutely a possibility that someone who is, depending on how what level of autistic there is, like autism isn't just this like, oh, it's a cute little small bean disorder where we dress a little funny. Also, fuck everyone on Twitter who just sometime I'm going to murder that fucking bitch who did. I'm going to. So at some point, I'm going to have to murder that fucking bitch. You thought I was going to backpedal from that, didn't you? Sometimes I'm going to fucking murder that fucking bitch who made that fucking cunty fucking, and I don't mean cunty as in like serving cunt. I hate that expression, by the way. I need to kick it into a fucking ravine. But that fucking bitch who made that fucking fan-made autistic Barbie picture, die. Being autistic isn't being a little quirky small bean with fucking shit dress sense. I'm going to take away all the dolls' disabilities because I've decided that it's bad to show actual problems that comes with autism. You fucking
Yeah, and I just want to make a clarification. Not a clarification, but I just want to say this. That when Max said that a lot of trans people are autistic, yes, that is true. But the same can also be said that there are a lot of trans people who aren't autistic or who aren't autistic. So you don't even have to. So I'm just wondering. So because you know what people are like.
It's not a one-to-one thing, but there is like among trans people there is an overrepresentation of autism, but that's not that isn't because we brainwash autistic kids. The reason that is simply because autistic people, like societal norms, stuff like that, it's easier to break through that. It's easier to not care about that because we already don't really get it. Like like my problem with my gender identity has never been societal norms or anything. My problem with my gender identity has been my brain, how I function.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's not a one-to-one thing.
Yeah.
It isn't. I'm gonna step out and smoke real quickly. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we'll see if this live gets to stay anywhere, because I just said I'm going to murder someone.
Yeah. So yeah, so to that, so to that autistic person, like I don't wish you any ill will, I don't, but maybe just like a free piece of advice. If you don't know something, then just hold your hands up and say, "Can you explain this to me?" Because again, I have a friend who's autistic. Like, not everyone who's autistic, as Max has just pointed out, are very good at communicating. So if you would have just turned around and said, "Can you explain this to me?" I would have done so. But you came at me with pathetic insults of, you either agree with me or you shut the fuck up. No. So that's that. But I mean,
But that is all they have, really. Like, anyway,
yeah.
like, oh, humans can't change sex. Okay, I'm going to... Again, I'm just going to... If you... biology is unchangeable.
This person is also Christian as well.
Oh, of course they are.
Mm.
I believe a person can walk on water and water into wine, but I don't believe that we can... Like, you already believe in magic, dude.
Yep.
You worship Dungeons and Dragons, basically. That is how I view. I'm sorry. I'm so done with fucking religious people. And I am done with fucking religious people. I once dated a Christian girl. She was great, though. Like, she was one of the reasons that I came out. Anyway, she was wonderful. She didn't really appreciate me pointing out the fact that we enjoy the time we have together, because when we die, we're not going to the same place. Do you have to say that all the time? Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to. Or the fact that I made it announce God while we had sex once. That's another thing. Worship me instead. It was a role play thing. I didn't fucking. We had a safe word. Anyway, she didn't mind it. She just had to pray a little bit more that day. It's not my fault I made her see another god. I can hear the sound biting right now. Predator is preying on the small bean Christian girls. She wasn't a girl, she was a woman. Do you know? I'm just wondering if I'm going to stay anymore. But when we talk about like biology is immutable, I'm currently muting my fucking biology. What do you think hormones are? Like, oh, you can't. You got. So, sex is determined based on secondary and primary sex characteristics, not like nobody determines sex based on chromosomes. No fucking body does that. Because you don't check for chromosomes. Every single part of my body, I'm basically not basically, I'm going through a puberty right now. Which is weird. That's why I'm crying at everything. That's why I'm constantly crying. That is muting biology. Biology is not immutable. Now, are there certain things within biology that are still immutable? Arguably, yes. Will always be the case? We don't know. But the idea that you can't mute biology, the idea that hormones doesn't affect you, and I'm growing fucking tits. That's like that is muting biology. And like, regardless of if you consider that changing your sex, or if you consider that muting your sex, fact of the matter is that biologically speaking, I do not function as a male person right now. My body does not function as a male person. Do I function as a cis woman? No, because, you know, cis women don't experience erections. But oh, and that's fun. At least for now, still do that. So that's fun. We're going to go into the changes of that at some point, and I'm going to explain that. I will say that there is definitely a difference in the genital area, not in a not in a striking way. It's just like, but like everything about me, I'm learning how my fucking body functions right now, which is weird because I have been knowing how my body functions for so many fucking years, and all of a sudden I really don't, and I don't know what would set me off and just start balling. But point is, if you are adding things that are changing your fucking body chemistry, you are changing your biology. You are muting your biology. I don't care if you say yes, you'll always be a man. Oh, fucking blow me. I don't care. It's not immutable. And you love to say that it's immutable. All of you fucking troglodytes out there, you love so much to say that it's immutable, but it simply isn't. Because if it was immutable, then you know, none of this would be efficient.
No, because, you know, intersex people wouldn't exist. Trans people wouldn't exist. You know.
No. I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. I'll be back in like 2 minutes or so.
Yeah,
and I'm going to mute this now because my bathroom is literally behind this wall, and I don't, you know.
Yeah, that's fine. You know, it's like, I'll put it this simple. It's this simple. Trans people, right? Trans people know their own biology, right? Which is why trans women are women, trans men are men. Right? I'll say it again. Trans people know their own biology, which is why trans women are women, trans men are men. It's that simple. So for those of you who argue, who don't even understand biology, you don't understand science. The only science you understand is anti-science. It's 30 years out of date, right? Trans people know their own biology.
I just fell over the couch. Oh, well, and yeah, trans people know their own biology because trans people need to know their own fucking biology. I swear to God, I've always had a good read on my body because I do enough drugs. I can say doing drugs. Yeah, I'm not going to hear any problems from this one. Doing drugs have actually helped me. It's the best thing that I've ever done. No, but what I'm saying is like because I believe in responsible usage of all drugs that you take. Always use responsibly. Be responsible, people. Otherwise, mommy Max is going to come and hit you. Punch you straight in the face. No, but if you use cocaine irresponsibly, you will summon a Max who will punch you. No, but I'm very proper about it. I check everything that I take. When I started doing hormones, because I do DIY HRT, like I haven't been. Look, I haven't been to a fucking psychiatrist about this. I haven't checked up on that. I do it DIY. I order my hormones, and then I pull them up in a little needle, and I inject them straight into my fucking leg. But like being a drug user actually made it easier for me to check up, like understand what I need. And if you are starting hormones, if you are starting DIY hormones, please read properly. Make sure that you know, like, dosage. Make sure that you fucking hell use clean needles. Don't reuse needles, you fucking idiots. Like, do it the way that you should do it. Get some, experience. Have someone help you, please. Even if you do it DIY, don't do it just by yourself. I have my ex-boyfriend help me because I don't like needles. I don't like it, so he has to inject me with that shit because otherwise I'm going to cry. And then I will look away and I will like, oh, and then he will tell me I was a good girl. But like have someone, and I'm at some point I am going to do a breakdown of like, hey, fuck it, I'm going to look. I'm here. I'm here to help, and this is just. If anyone out there feels like they need help about this, like finding the info, I'm not going to sit and write a fucking Google Doc for you and like, this is all you need to think about. I will be able to throw you some tips. I will. I can lead you on the way. And I will definitely do at some point, a bit later on, some kind of like, hey, here's my tips and tricks for DIY HRT that you need to think of. But like, I know my own biology because if I didn't, that would be like bad for me. Like I inject stuff into my body. I need to know that.
Yeah. So again, for all of those hate watchers that we have, because we know we have a few.
I love you all.
I mean, yeah. I mean, they'll never learn anyway. But I'm gonna say it anyway. Say it for a third time anyway. Trans people know their own biology, which is why, again, trans women are women, trans men are men. Right? So since and I'm speaking to those, few who hate, you don't understand biology or science, yet you want us to believe you. No. So, trans people know their own biology, so they get to tell you who they are, not the other way around. But I think that's where we will leave it for tonight.
Yeah. I need to keep crying to scream. I swear, that's the dumbest. That's the weirdest shit. Yeah. I just start crying at random intervals.
Yeah. Naturally, we will be back next week, same time. Don't know what we're going to discuss next, but we'll let you know at some point.
Who else I want to murder?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, quick thing. Fuck ICE again.
Oh yeah.
Because they can't seem to stop shooting people.
Yeah. They've killed.
If you support ICE at this point, I want you to die.
Yeah.
That's my final saying.
They've killed 3 people. Renee Nicole Good, Alex Pretty, and they've killed someone else. And weirdly, no one's ever talked about it. His name's Keith Urban. A black guy they killed, but for some reason, it's nowhere in the media.
Well, I mean, it's probably because he's black.
Yeah. So yeah.
I'm sorry, Keith Urban. Isn't that an artist? Or am I thinking Skeet Ulrich?
Yeah. So yeah, fuck ICE.
Yeah.
And fuck Trump.
There's a country singer that's called Keith Urban, so I was like really.
Oh yeah.
Did they kill Keith Urban? Was really surprised by that for some reason. This is like same thing with the ICE officer whose name
Jonathan Ross.
Jonathan Ross. That's like, I was just like, did Wassy kill a guy? Which, you know, I've seen Wassy's show. I don't hold it against him if he decides to kill one of his guests. I watched him on the Big Quiz of the Year, Big Fat Quiz of the Year. Back when the Big Fat Quiz of the Year was actually good. I haven't in a few years. I have such a massive fucking hard-on for British panel shows. Like when I get stoned, I will just sit watching like either Taskmaster or Would I Lie to You? It's not like me getting stoned and watching 2001: A Space Odyssey. It's me getting stoned and watching Lee Mack yell and watching David Mitchell yell at Lee Mack for 30 minutes and them bullying Rob Ryan. That's my comfort. I don't know why. Sweden has tried to produce good panel shows, but we haven't. But yeah, I love, for some reason, I just love British panel shows. I don't know if Taskmaster is counted as a panel, but I will count it because it is the same sort of.
Yeah, it is counted as one. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I love. Fuck is his name? Oh my god, what is his name? The Taskmaster. Greg Davies?
Yeah, Greg Davies, yeah.
Yeah. I love him so much. And if somebody out there is sitting like, oh, but he said this horrible thing, and then you send it to me, I will kill you. I will find you and I will fucking kill you. I'm not going to change my own opinion. He's one of the funniest fuckers ever. He's amazingly funny. And he used to be a teacher.
Yep.
So he's the second funniest ex-teacher ever. I'm number one.
There's someone else I like as well. I like what's his name? Al Murray.
Oh yeah.
He used to be. I think he's either still is or he used to be. He used to be a history teacher.
yeah.
He's funny as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I'm just going to go through my favorite stand-up comedians on here.
Yeah.
Number one is Anthony Jeselnik, by the way. He's the funniest fucking person I know. I genuinely, the only person I've ever seen that is almost.
What stand-up comedian?
I'm a humble person as well.
Yeah. I like. These are the ones that I grew up with. I like Joe Brand.
Joe Brand is very funny.
I like Billy Connolly.
Yeah.
I like Lee Evans. He's retired now. A Welsh comedian. I like Sarah Millican.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she's very, very funny.
Yeah.
I will say most cis comedians can't do good trans jokes. If you want to see a good fucking trans joke, look at Anthony Jeselnik's trans joke or joke about trans women, about them being the new pregnant women. That is one of the funniest bits ever. His entire last special was fucking amazing, by the way. But yeah, that's all I've got for clearly. I'm
yeah. Yeah, I'll check it out.
Told you I could fill an hour by talking about myself. I just got quick behind the scenes. Here's how good I am at preparing. Torin wrote to me a few days ago. We have limited contact outside of this show. We said that before, but he writes to me a few days ago, and he's like, "What do you want to talk about in this backgrounds and experiences episode?" And my only response is, "I haven't thought about it, but I can probably fill an hour by bullshitting about myself." Which is that was my preparation for this fucking show. I can't wait. I want to get. I didn't get. There was a clerical error, so I didn't get my unemployment check this month either. And I'm probably going to get 2 next month. It seems like I'm going to get 2 next month. And if that's true, I'm going to buy so many drugs. Because I'm so dry. I did a little bit of LSD that I got for free from a friend a while back. I miss being high so fucking much. Does that mean that I have a problem? No, it doesn't. It means that I just, like being high. Everyone does. It's a good to be. Hey, kids, go out and buy drugs. That's the official stance of this podcast. Kids buy drugs. I'm going to. By the way, I saw that. I don't know how. When did you update the picture for the podcast?
At this point, probably around between 4 to 5 months ago. Probably around 5-ish months ago.
This is how involved I am in this podcast, folks. I noticed it today when I went back to listen to the first episode. I do love that picture. That is a good, the new avatar for the podcast is great. And I very much like that you put me center.
Yeah.
And I just made, gave me the sunglasses and stuff. Perfect. Yeah, that's my. I'm sorry, I just came to think of it. I've been meaning to ask you.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to ask you. Sounds like I didn't notice it today.
Yeah. So yeah, we don't know what we're going to talk about next week. Probably again, I'll speak to Microsoft there, and like she just said, we don't really talk that much outside of this. So who knows what you might
No,
get
but
next
like
week?
I will say you are one of the people that I like. There are very few of my close friends that I talk to on a weekly basis, even. Like you, I have more contact with you than I have with most people. So like, because like we talk for at least an hour a week, which is like
Yeah, or for that one, or for that once we for or one for when we spoke for almost 4 hours by mistake.
yeah, no, but that's why I say like at least
Yeah.
1 hour a week,
Yeah,
which is like that's and there are very few. You're like one of 3 people that I talk to on a weekly basis. I talk to my own mother on a semi-monthly, on a bi-monthly basis.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't. I mean, I probably have. I mean, outside of my other friends who, they've all got busy lives. Busy doing life. You're probably the only one outside of them as well who I speak to on a weekly basis. So it's
Yeah.
good.
So like,
Yeah.
so like we have. It's not like it's. I just want to like clarify that it's not that like, we do this
Yeah.
podcast and I fucking hate you. I don't want anything to do with you outside of it.
Yeah.
It's just that like this is the social interaction that I like. It's this is how my social interaction functions.
Yeah. So
I'm not that easy to reach.
Yeah. So who knows what you might get next week? But be sure to come along and watch us next week. But yeah, end of the episode. Thoughts? Fuck ICE. Fuck Trump.
And wed and bed me so that I can get rich.
Yeah.
I will only marry you. I will only marry you out of love or out of money. Those are my 2. Like, so if I don't love you, you're going to need to be very, very rich. I don't care if you're rich. I don't care if you're hot. I can be a perfect gold digger. I don't care how old you are. Well, I do care that you're, over the age of consent, you fucking weirdo. But like you can 95, you can be 150. The older the better, because you'll die sooner, so that I can get my money. Make me your trophy wife, please. I need cocaine.
Listen, you're not gonna get a better offer than that.
No, there is. You have no idea how often I start a sentence and I have no idea how it's going to end. And I would say I did know that sentence was going to end with, I need cocaine. I did not expect that. That got me off guard. But I'm glad that it did, because it's true. Marry me, people out there. Marry me. Just fucking down on your knees, and I'll get down on my knees. I promise.
Yeah. Right. I think we will leave it there.
Yeah, we're done. That's it. That's the end. Bye, everyone. Get fucked.
Bye.